Hello, welcome back to Crush from TV. And remember, if you like the discussion that you see here, hit like and subscribe. Today, CNN is right back to their lying politics. Their headline today was that Steve Bannon was fired. This headline is mute in comparison to what they originally did. Originally, all the way from here to here, in letters that would have been 3 times this size, all the way down to where the video is. They had these huge block letters, like on the front of a newspaper, says Steve Bannon fired. That is a flat out fucking lie. He's not fired. Now, CNN, in their article, to give them a little bit of credit, although they constantly try to make it sound like him and Trump are at war, they do go down through here and admit that this was in process 2 weeks ago and that it was a resignation, but then they lie and they try to make it sound like he was forced out anyways. And I'm not going to bother reading down through all the BS that CNN puts on, but the real story is this. Steve Bannon is, I'm leaving the White House and going to war. He actually notified Trump back on August 7th that he was going to do this, and he was considering doing it a little sooner, and he was asked to stay on. So he stayed longer than what he really wanted to. You know, he wasn't forced out. He wasn't fired. What he's doing, what he means by going to war, is that he's going back to Breitbart. He is going back to head the paper, or the online, online paper, so to speak, so that he can be more effective and not be hindered by his position in the White House, because that position, due to the way that it works, it hinders what he can say and what he can do, and he can be more helpful to the administration not being in the position where his words and whatnot are not going to necessarily reflect on the administration directly. So, once again, the reality and what they portray are two entirely different things. He's going out there, and they knew that this was going to be his last day. It's not a big surprise. In his words, the populist movement got stronger today because he's going to be able to be out there and do his thing his way without being held back. But CNN finally changes after several hours. They change their headline to say that Bannon's back at Breitbart. But they left that big, giant freaking headline up there for most of the morning, saying that he was fired. And even still, they haven't changed it here. If you go back here, it still says Steve Bannon fired. This is on the CNN politics page. But then if you kill that and you go back to the other one, well, then it's just Bannon back at Breitbart. So, CNN is lying and changing their story so much they can't even keep up with their own lie. Anybody that still believes anything that comes out of CNN is an utter fool. It's just horrible. Things are rough enough with disagreements in the community without these guys adding to it. But, they add to it because the heads of their companies get their money and direction from Soros. And, the guys at the desk may not be talking with that man and may not be getting direct instructions from that man, but at the top, the head of the snake that runs their corporation, that person is. And the directions come from the top down. So, he does say that when he thinks Trump is wrong, he'll use his position and power over at Breitbart to give him heck about that, which is a fair thing to do and a good thing to do. But at the same time, he also says he 100% has the president's back. So contrary to the BS that CNN is trying to put out, Bannon is not fired. This was something, that was agreed upon and planned. He actually hung around longer than what he had really wanted to help out. So anyways, remember, hit like and subscribe, and you guys have a great day.